Welcome to Cooking Vibes, where we explore and discuss the foods of West Hempstead. This week's podcast is sponsored by Giordano Garden and Nursery. Hi, I'm David Kirshner, your announcer, and here are your hosts, Michele and Lea Bernstein.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Michele Segelnik.
Hi, I'm Lea Bernstein. Glad to be back with you again today.
And together we are Just What the Kosher Ordered. Today we're going to talk about Purim, one of my absolute favorite holidays. I love Purim because it's just a lot of fun. You get to eat lots of different foods. You get to exchange gifts of food. Everything's about food on Purim. Gifts of food with friends and family. You get to have a big meal called a Seuda where you invite friends and family over.
It's a feast.
It's a feast, and it's a lot of fun. One of the very traditional foods that we make on Purim is called Hamantaschen. And that's really a triangular-based dough with a filling on the inside.
So typically it's a pastry. So it would be like a cookie dough, and you can fill it. I mean, in the past few years, there are such novel ideas that we've used in making Hamantaschen. So Hamantaschen it's like a three-cornered hat that one of the characters from the Megillah,
the story of Purim,
he wore. It was a bad guy, actually.
It was a bad guy, Haman. So we're going to eat his hat, basically. I don't know why we eat his hat, but that's what we do. We eat his hat, and they're called Hamantaschen, and they are delicious. So if you don't want to make them yourself, you can purchase them locally at many of our grocery stores. Stop and Shop carries them prepackaged. I think I saw them this week when I was in Cherry Valley Supermarket. For sure, Restorers makes their own. They are delicious. They have a really good filling to dough ratio, which is very important. You really want to make sure that you have that good ratio, that it's not all cookie or not all inside.
Well, sometimes I like the dough better than I like the filling. It depends upon the flavor,
It depends upon the filling, right.
But like I started to say, today they make sweet, they make savory, they make meat Hamantaschen. I mean, the sky's the limit with any type of Hamantaschen out there.
Are you? What
else is new?
So I think what we're going to do is we'll definitely share a recipe in print on westhempsteadecho.com for our Hamantaschen dough and some ideas for some fillings. But also, if you wanted to go to the internet, and I'm going to show you on our computer screen right over here, there is on kosher.com, there is a top 100 best Hamantaschen recipes of all time, including some by ours truly, Lea and Michele from Just What the Kosher Ordered. We have a cookies and cream Hamantaschen on there, and you'll see it on the screen, which is really cool. We took like the cookies and cream Oreo cookies and smushed them up inside the middle of the Hamantaschen and then drizzled it with some
chocolate
and
icing
frosting.
And white icing.
Yeah, so that's really cool. There's lots of other Hamantaschen fillings. What's your favorite filling, Lea, for Hamantaschen? Like traditional Hamantaschen.
Oh, traditional?
Yeah.
Like raspberry, all time raspberry.
So I kind of like apricot. And then I also like the prune.
I also like the prune, but I'm embarrassed to say it. But I just said it.
I'm not embarrassed to say I like the prune. I like
the prune is fabulous.
Filling. It's good. It's sweet. It's yummy. It's delicious.
Well, that's the most traditional.
It's real, except for mun, which is that poppy seed one. And I can't stand that poppy seed one. I don't know why people like it. Not a fan either. But if you like it,
go
be my
for
guest.
it. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Get creative. Let's also talk about you mentioned meat Hamantaschen. So I think meat Hamantaschen are really cool, and you can do so many different things with it. And for that, I wouldn't use the same cookie dough. I would use like a puff pastry or even, those little pizza round doughs.
Yeah, sure. That's a great idea.
You can use those and just fold them up, or wonton doughs or anything like that. And you could buy those all locally at your Stop and Shop.
Even a little trick, sorry about that.
No, sorry.
But a little trick is sometimes even if you make a bareka, and instead of folding it lengthwise into a rectangle, you fold it point to point into a triangle. And that's also a format of, commemorating the three-cornered hat.
So I know I'm going to make like a pulled brisket Hamantaschen because my family loves pulled brisket.
Nope, not for me.
Lea doesn't like the pulled brisket. She's going to make a zucchini.
I'm not making a zucchini, but, coming back to Hanukkah, I do make zucchini latkes. So,
but
it has to be
past
incorporated.
Hanukkah, but
Okay.
yeah.
But I'm always thinking.
So, or you can make a taco tashin, which would be taco meat inside a Hamantaschen.
So I kind of made a few Hamantaschen the other night, actually Saturday night. I made a few, and I saw it online, and I'm not exactly sure where I saw it, so I'm sorry I can't give credit to where credit is due. But it was like a cinnamon bun Hamantaschen. Yeah,
sounds
so
yum.
it was really, really incredible. And
Did you taste it?
I did.
Why didn't I get a taste of this Hamantaschen?
Because it was in. I could bring you one tomorrow.
Okay.
But even so, what was interesting about it is that you put the cinnamon filling in, and then of course it gets a drizzle with white
frosting,
white drizzle. But of course, I kind of messed up one of the things, so I mixed up the dough with the filling in it, and I re-rolled it.
It was
even better.
I'm sure. I have the recipe that we use for our Hamantaschen dough is really, really simple. It doesn't need refrigeration. You don't have to make it and then put it in the fridge like you have to do with other rollout cookie doughs. This one's really simple, and we are going to share it on westhempsteadecho.com for you guys. Also, if you go to our Instagram page, which I'll bring up on the website now, we have a bunch of different Hamantaschen on there. You could scroll there. You should like us and follow us on Instagram or Facebook as well. But that one, for example, is a caramel apple pie Hamantaschen. So it's with apple pie filling and some caramel and a little bit of crumbs on top, and then drizzled on top with caramel, which
So
is
I'm
insane.
just going to say, the typical Hamantaschen does not necessarily have drizzle, but the drizzle sort totally makes it. Or you can melt chocolate and dip in a corner. It raises the caliber and the integrity of the cookie. So it really...
And we want cookies that have integrity.
Of course. Of course.
What else would you expect? So let's move on from Hamantaschen. I think we've talked about them because my stomach is growling right now. It's grumbling. It's hungry. Let's talk about the other great part of Purim.
Oh, okay. So the candy.
The candy.
So, of course, my children are grown at this point, and one part of Purim is exchanging little gifts of food to friends or family on Purim Day. So kids always exchange candy. And I remember when the kids were young, we would get 75, 100 packages, even if it was 2 items in the package. Oh, from Laffy Taffies to Sour Bears and to chocolate kisses and everything like that.
And don't forget that Passover is exactly 1 month later, so you got to get rid of all that candy within.
But I personally, I love to snack, and my son says, "Ma, you never eat a full meal. You're always picking." So that's part of who I am, and I love to pick at the candy and the sweets.
And people go all out with their mishloach manot, their packages. They go with the themes. They go with fancy, everything.
Colors, everything in red, everything in green.
The possibilities are really endless with matching costumes and everything. So it's just
a fire
fun.
hat with red hots and just little, I'm trying to think of these things. A movie theater theme with popcorn and a popcorn container. The sky's the limit. Exactly.
Chocolate has to be in mine. I always love something chocolate. So this year, even though I don't know how politically correct it is or not, but we are doing a St. Patrick's Day theme for Purim because it's on St. Patrick's Day, even though it's a saint and it's Purim, whatever.
Oh, she's pointing at me because she knows I don't approve of that.
But Purim is all about doing the opposite. It's like you're supposed to do things the opposite. It's v'nahapachu, right? So everything is opposite. So we're doing the opposite. We're doing St. Patrick's Day for Purim. So I wish you a happy Purim is going to be our theme. And to go along with our theme, we're also doing an Irish themed Su'uda, which I guess segues us into the third part of Purim, which is this feast or this meal that you have with family and friends. So for my Irish themed Su'uda.
Corned beef and cabbage?
Of course, corned beef and cabbage, but we're also going to have
Irish whiskey?
Irish whiskey goes without a doubt. We'll have some Guinness. We'll have something with potatoes because potatoes are Irish. We're going to have a shepherd's pie, I think I put on the menu. And then there's something called Cochrane. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, so forgive me, all you Irish people out there. It's kind of like a Yukon Gold mashed potato thing that has kale in it.
Interesting.
Yeah, since we're all big fans of kale.
Well, maybe you could substitute a different
I could
green
use probably
vegetable.
spinach would probably be better.
I
than
didn't
that.
have spinach in mind,
Oh,
but
zucchini.
you can zoodle the zucchinis and do it.
Yes, so we'll have some
Okay.
hot vegetables also.
I expect a sample of that.
Okay,
Thanks.
fine. What are you doing for Purim Suda this year?
1 second. Who's going to
what?
be a leprechaun?
Oh, so my husband got this really funny outfit.
Oh, what a
so-
surprise.
Mark goes all out. He loves Purim.
Okay, we don't dress up in my family. No.
As long as my family and my grown kids are going to dress up with us, then we're going to dress up too. Because once your kids reach a certain age, if they're still willing to do things with you, then you do it. Because it doesn't matter. As long as they do it with you, you're happy, do it. So Mark got this outfit. He's got like the shamrock shorts and like the shirt and I don't know, like some belt that has like beer cans on it. It's going to be a sight to see.
Sounds Irish.
Yeah, it sounds interesting, to say the least. Good luck with that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to need the luck.
We kind of lay back on Purim. I didn't make a menu yet, and I didn't make any plans yet. Hopefully my kids will come, and it'll be casual, but I still like Purim, and I love the whole story of Purim and how the Jewish people were saved from the Persians.
The Persians.
There
yes.
we go. Okay.
King Achashverosh.
Yes.
King Achashverosh, right. And
Queen Esther.
and the word Purim, I think you told this to me years ago, and I've always done it since. The
You
word
took
Purim.
my idea.
No, you gave it to me. So the word Purim comes from the Hebrew word, which means.
Pur, which is
is a
choosing a
lottery.
lottery.
So at our Purim Su'uda, we have lottery ticket cards out for everybody.
Oh, and
around
I
the
also,
table.
when kids come to the door and they deliver packages, I always distribute lottery tickets. I give them to my grandchildren. It's always and even to the grown children. Everybody likes a lottery ticket.
Lottery tickets.
I know which house to go to.
Yeah. So I think that's
So Purim is next Thursday,
the 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
correct? And we want to.
I wish you a very happy Purim. And we're going to wish you all a very happy Purim. And stay
We look
tuned.
forward to our future podcasts.
Thank you. And this has been the latest edition of Cooking Vibes with Michelle Sigelnik and Leah Bernstein.